Alright guys, quick video on explaining how I'm doing my injector wiring. Like in the last video, we will have to add a resistor box because we have an NA and we're running low Z DSM style injectors. So these are the injectors. I found this online and printed it out. It was for someone going NA TT swap in their NA harness, using NA harness. So you get a front bank of injectors and a rear bank. I don't have this connector, so I'm going to go find this connector, and this tells you. So what I'm doing also, it makes it confusing if you don't quite understand it, but bank down here and up here, I forget the numbers, but I'm essentially using this as 1, 2, 3 cylinder, and this 4 cylinder is going to come right over here. It's going to be my 4th cylinder. I repinned the ECM for it to work like this because I didn't have this harness, so I just assume I'm going to move this down here and add a plug for my 4th injector, because 4, 3, 2, 1 is the injector numbers for the DSM. So keep in mind this is a 1G DSM engine and transmission and a 1994 NA chassis. So back to the resistors. Resistors are needed, otherwise you're going to ruin injectors or even worse, the ECM. So in theory, what I've read is you can cut all of these wires for the resistors. Keep in mind, you're not going to use this one and you're not going to use this one. You're going to use 4, 3, 2, 1. So imagine that this was the power wire for this injector. So I'm going to run me a new harness over here using it. And the way the circuit works is the ECM uses a ground trigger to power these injectors. These have constant 12 volts to them at all times. So all these red wires are the 12 volt wires here. So essentially what's going to happen is they're going to have constant 12 volts, but they need that resistor to, in a sense, bring down the amperage, because the ECM is not designed to power the injector. It is science, right? So anyway, we're going to go cut here, cut here, cut here, cut here, and you can actually splice in to, well, wait. I'm going to go get the resistor and I'm going to show you. Hold on. All right. So what we have here is a DSM resistor box. As you can see, there are, 5 wires going into it. That wire in the center, which is the white wire here, that is our 12 volt. It will get full 12 volt from any injector wire technically. So you wouldn't think this, but all of the injectors, even, well, let's say on each bank, but we'll add an extra wire. But they are all powered from the same wire. Now, one thing, if anyone knows where that splice junction is in this harness, that would be some good information. But don't worry about where the splice junction is, because you can use any power wire from any of the injectors to tap into this white wire. And then the other black wires will be the ones that come out and jump to your other red connections. There's a few diagrams on online about that, but like these are saying here, you'll cut, say we're going to use these 3, so we're going to cut all these red wires. We're going to use this one, so we don't have these wires. I'm going to jump over to this plug, which is this one right here. See that red wire right there? That is our number 4 injector for the way that I have wired this car. So we're going to cut that, and that's going to be our feed to the injector. So you'll essentially splice all 4 lines together and feed it into this. Actually, you don't have to do all 4. See, it gets confusing. You can actually just do 1 and then cap off the rest, or cover the rest, tape them up, tape them back, and then have the 112-volt injector wire going to this white wire. And then you cut the other wires, the red wires, of course, and then feed these black sections in. These black wires are the resisted wires coming from this. See, white wire goes in. Back at it. The white wire goes in through the back, and you can see in there. Then it splices off to all 4 resistors. Then that comes out here and then goes to injectors, and no burnt up ECU. So once I get that started, like as far as the wiring goes, I will take pictures. That way I can have something to show people. But I've taken all the injector wires apart. I'm going to extend some of these for like the knock sensor, and this plug here goes to the oil pressure sensor and something else. I think the power steering pump. This is the rear plug for the injector harness. Here's all of our injector plugs here. I got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add one using this red wire for injector 4. These 2 are going to be removed. I'll chop it off somewhere up in the harness and shrink wrap them out of the way. But any more questions about this, let me know. At the end of this video, I will throw up a diagram of how I plan on wiring this up, so be sure to check out the end of that video. My first swap video has all the links to details on this swap, so go and look at the first video, my intro to the swap, and all the info is in the description there. So any questions, post them, and I will get back with you.